Hi, it's Hazel. Welcome to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. I hope you find that the content and the presentation and so on is worthy of a subscription and a thumbs up and a comment. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much. You guys rock it. This is a thrift haul video. It's different in the sense that this was, now of course you, because of scheduling and so on, you won't see this till I've been back from a week-long trip to Denver to visit my son. And of course, even though we flew this time, the kids did drive us around. I don't know about you, but my shopping style is cramped when I feel that there's somebody waiting for me. I much prefer to drive myself and spend as much time as it takes. However, they were great, and I'm very appreciative of that. So I'll get right to it. We did go to 2 antique malls, and if I can remember what I got where, I will identify it, as well as, I have to say, so we were there in the days leading up to Black Friday. We wanted to be well out of the country before that happened, though. I was shocked, dismayed that there were no Black Friday sales at Hobby Lobby. When I asked a lady, she said, "Oh, we open an hour late and we stay open. We open an hour earlier and we stay open an hour later." And I thought, oh, big whoop. I did buy, I think, 3 small supply type items at Joanne's, or whatever you call it, Joanne Fabrics. I guess the other thing that has taken the buzz, the thrill of the shopping away, is the fact that our Canadian dollar is trading at 1.4. So in other words, every US dollar costs us $1.40. So imagine adding 40% to the sticker price. So anyway, if the price was right, or if the item was unavailable in my usual haunts, I bit the bullet and bought it anyway. So anyway, like a 5-pack of these bags. I thought they were cool. The price was something I could live with, so I bought this at one of the antique malls. Oh, I should say we went to the Hampden Avenue Antique Mall and the Brass Armadillo. Now, we know that these sorts of binder cookbooks are very, very popular. Well, I saw this one. And what I also appreciated at the Hampden Avenue place is that many of the booths, and I realize everyone is their own little entrepreneur, but most of the booths, excuse me, had a sale of some sort on. So it could be anywhere from 10% to 75%. Guess which booth I loved the most. So I bought this Better Homes and Gardens new cookbook. Now, this is a souvenir edition. I thought it seemed to be in pretty good shape, and I hadn't seen one of these gold ones before. So this is circa 1965, I guess. So that was their anniversary thing. And it's in pretty good shape. I mean, there were some extras in there. This is nice. And then this little mini cookbook as well. So I may just, if I ever get through some of my other projects, may just do this one for myself. So that is that. I just have to push these things out of the way. Oh, I should have erased the price. This is I mean, this is scandalous, the original price on this. But I did get 75% off. The book is not in great shape. It's called The Girl I Left Behind Me, A Romance of Yesteryear. End papers are great. This is great. You can see the foxing going on. It was printed in 1910, and the beauty of this is that there are many of these lovely images, and that's the only reason I paid, you know, blah, 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 less 75%. Because I do intend to deconstruct it, scan it, and put together a digital because I think they are lovely. So there are several pages like this that are sort of full size and would be great in a journal. Whoops. So, you know, the to catch the entire image is, you know, pushing my luck at 8.5 by, you know, so it's damn near perfect. Look at how the page foxed based on, you know, the illustration opposite. I think there were also a few. The font is also great. It's italics and, you know, fairly large. So sometimes those are a cool variation in. I thought there were some smaller ones, but maybe it's just at the beginning. Anyway, these are beautiful, and they're not war. They're generic enough that they would fit in any kind. Look at that. In any sort of a journal. So, I mean, there are tiny things like this, but I would probably scan that as well. This little thing, this little thing, this little thing. So, yeah, not the, I would have been happy to pay less, but hey, sometimes you got to know your prices, and you have to be willing sometimes to pay, to pony up. Okay, this one is called The Art and Craft of Paper. Oh, I forgot to tell you, we also went to Recreative Denver, which is one of those, I call them artist collectives. That's probably not totally accurate, but they're one of those places that are usually very chaotic, but they basically are selling donated arts and crafts supplies. And the prices probably should have been a bit better than they were. But again, like I have been to the one, I think it's in Boulder, a couple of times, and I thought that one was neater and perhaps better. But again, it's been a while, so who knows? Maybe their prices have gone up as well. I kind of like, now, of course, because we flew, I had to be cognizant of weight and volume in the suitcases. So, and I must say, even though I had difficulty handling, you know, my suitcases and you know, the stuff I put in Roy's suitcase, but at the airport, they were still like 15 pounds less than the max. So I guess it's just because I can't handle it doesn't mean that it's overweight, is the moral of the story. So these, I believe these two books came from that artist place. And again, I have lots of these kind of books on paper making, but this one had some different stuff in it. It's called The Art and Craft of Paper Making. So I'm hoping it was worth the $2.59 I paid for it. And this one I kind of read at the airport, so this was interesting. It's more like fiber art, but she did focus a bit on ATCs. So, I mean, anything from wall hangings to ATCs were kind of the subject of the thing here. So, this one also, I believe, oh, this was $1. Oh, I know, this was $1.59. And we did go to one thrift store, and it was called maybe Assistance League of Denver or something to that effect. I picked up 2 of these Walter Foster type books, and I think they were, yeah, they were 59 cents each. They are in mint condition. I just love these. I left a few behind because, frankly, I'm not that interested in ships and boats and stuff like that. Prairie kids tend not to be. But I thought even this one is more like a how-to. So even all these swatches for colors and what colors go together and color wheel type exercises. Oh, see, I didn't even flip through, but isn't that great? These books are also awesome. In the past, I've done a video on making book boards with them because the pages are so big that typically, especially if it's a let me find one. Is there a landscape in here? So for instance, something like this is 10.5 inches. So I could wrap this around a board, well, cardstock, I have here cardstock, or what do you call it, chipboard, and make a writing board that is, you know, still 5 inches wide. And I mean, it's too tall, but it's easy enough to shorten. I'd probably shorten it to get rid of that arrow, but that's what I use it for. And you will have seen, and I hope you watched it and decided to take part. You will have seen a video, sort of an intro video of me jumping on the bandwagon with Kim Newberg for her hashtag Happy Mail movement. So oversized pages like this are perfect for making the envelopes that are a key component of that thing. I'm taking part in it, and I hope you choose to as well. This, I hope you've never had occasion to use it, is the barf bag from a United flight. I was poking around, for motion sickness and refuse. I was poking around in that, you know, what do you call it, pocket in front of my seat, and I found this. Then I, of course, thought, well, let me look in the pocket beside me where my husband is sitting. He didn't have one, so I took that. This was from a thrift store. This was a bundle of napkins, I guess they're all Christmas themed. You can tell that I was a wee bit bored at the house, so I started removing all the layers, so I got about half of them done. These were my 3 Joanne purchases. I have to say, Tim Holtz makes nice stuff, but I'm not a devotee. I'm not a disciple. I buy stuff occasionally when I feel I'll use it and if the price is right. So it seems to me this was half price, so I bought it. This is the worn wallpaper scraps, so I think that's pretty good. This was the only embossing folder that I thought might be cute. It's sort of a Swiss dot thing. This might have been 40 or 50% off. And Festive Berries ink pad, because I found that I thought that I had a nice red, sort of a Christmas red, but not so. So anyway, that was that. These I got at one of the at the Hamden Avenue Antique Mall. Are they not the cutest little things? Look at this tatted lace. Look at these pin tucks. Look at this embroidery work. So anyway, these things were in a box sort of underneath, and I don't know about you, I'm sure we're probably the same in that, is that we look up high and we look down low and we look under tables to see what might be stashed there. There's also this one. Look with that little scalloped hem. Again, a very tiny little lace and embroidered motifs all around, and the little cute bodice. And oh, and I didn't even notice these little fancy sleeves. And this one as well. Oh, cute little buttons at the back. These lovely little flowers. A little gathered sleeve, a little gathered, oh, maybe not gathered. Well, gathered but not elasticized with a trim. And what's this? Oh, more embroidery here and a bit of a scalloped hem. So these things weren't priced. So I asked the guy how much, and he, of course he wasn't the vendor. Anyway, I said, how much would you like to pay? I said, well, it's 20% off in this booth. So I says, you think the guy would take $5? And he said, well, how about $6 less the 20%? Well, so $4.80. Is that good? I mean, obviously we always like to pay less, but I took it. This was a book. Now, I really should go through my deconstructed covers because I literally have, I'm sure I've got more than 100. And we know that some of them are more beautiful than others. This book was in sad shape. You can see that it's not at all, the book block is missing some pages. It starts at page 19. But you can tell this is rag paper. You can tell by the cover. Oh, I think I might have also Googled it in the store. But I thought that was a very attractive cover. Not in bad shape at all. 7.5 by 5. And look at, even the spine is nice with that lady. So I think this is definitely one of those that I will be using for, because of the cover. Now, to save volume and weight, I could have left the book block behind. But then who in her right mind leaves rag paper? And then I noticed afterwards that there was this one drawing, and you can just tell that it is ancient, so I'll probably end up scanning that as well. $2 for this. Oh, I bought these. Now most of them were, taped shut, so of course you don't know what the heck you're getting. This is a promotional calendar that somebody put together. The year is 1984. I just thought this was kind of cool because of the imagery, sort of that wine and cheese aesthetic. It's got the little metal header, the little hanging tab, and of course a dowel at the bottom. So what I'll do with this, I'm not sure. It could, well, let's see how wide it is. It is 8 inches wide, so it could be folded in half. Hey, it could be folded in half. I wish I had a cloth tape measure here. I'd measure the length. I'd say that's probably, well, it's not a yard, but maybe it's 30-some inches. So a person could get a few signature pages that would be so cute. They would be right, everything would be right side up. I don't know. Can you smell those brain cells smoke in there, guys, at your end? I hope so. And I picked one more, and that one was sealed, so I had no idea what the imagery would be. Again, they didn't take up much room in the suitcase, and I don't have anything like this, so that was part of the thinking there. This one is, do we know the year? It has kind of vintagey things. This part, 1972. This reminds me sort of toll painting and when that was a thing. So this is from an interiors place that the guy would have given away, I guess, to customers. So again, same sort of scenario. And the paper is, of course, a nice sort of resilient weight. It feels like it would hold up very nicely. So I was happy about that. Oh, I should also say I took some work to do. You may have seen it in a thrift video that I bought a bunch of these little card cross-stitch kits. So I got that much done. I have to say, this house that the kids live in is gigantic, and the ceilings are very high. They don't, because they're 3 boys and a mother, well, a man and 2 boys and a wife. They don't really have any task lighting. So I was sort of doing this almost like Braille, doing it blind. But I didn't make any mistakes. I kept counting my squares, marking off what I'd done. I have to say, the boys were pretty interested in what am I doing and blah, blah, blah. So that was good. That's neither here nor there. Anyway, I did get a few books. Now this one, I didn't know that this Encyclopedia Britannica picture story series existed. I picked this French-Canadian one because, to be honest, it was the most relevant. I got nothing wrong with, see? These are the choices. Well, they didn't have all of these, clearly. But some of these did not appeal to me because it's, the opposite side of the world. And just love it. Now, it seems to me, okay, 1947, so it's old. $2. Portrait style. So they're making, what is that stuff called? It's when you put the sap from a maple tree into snow to make these sort of, what are they called? Well, sugar paddle, I guess. I've had occasion to do that. So you see these home-like scenes, where people are the families at the table. Here, these girls are doing some crafts, tapping the maple tree. Oh my God, that's a cow pulling or a steer pulling ice, but cutting ice out of a lake to preserve stuff over the winter. Snowball fight. Now, I'm far too young to know about horses, and I believe that was called a cutter. Maybe not. But basically, this is the kids going off to school. That was my mom and her siblings' era. Anyway, so that was cool, I thought. This, what did I pay for this? I don't know. But anyway, I thought this was cute because, of course, Christmas on my mind with all those journals. It's got carols. It's got these cute images. So a page like this, a book like this with a staple, where's the center, is easy enough to take apart. Of course, you just unbend the prongs of the staples and your folios are intact. Now this is far too big to use in most things, 12 by 8. However, with some selective trimming, they would fit in a tall skinny. Or a page could simply be folded artfully to tuck into a pocket. And then whoever the recipient is, has the benefit of both sides of the paper. Do we have a date? Well, the original is 1942. This one, what did I pay for this? This might have been a $2 one. Yeah. Yeah, I happened across a booth at Hamden Avenue where, and you'll see a few more, where the kids' books were $2. Now this one is called Prayer for a Child, almost 9 by just over 7. This teal, turquoisey teal color is beautiful. You can tell by this that it's old, 1944. Is that not to die for? Yeah, 40, okay. 1941, but this is a 44 issue, I guess. Not that many pages in it, to be honest, but look at the imagery. Are these children not priceless? And why is it that we cannot, some of us, cannot look at a crowd of adults and see the same beauty, innocence, richness of cultural contribution? Like, I honestly don't get it. Anyway, back to the job at hand. Like, just, you know, so again, this must be sewn in, because I think that's what they did back in the day. Yeah, this would be so easy to take apart and keep the pages, the folios intact. Look at this. Would that not be a beautiful pocket? Anyway, $2. This was another $2 book. Great condition, 11.5 by 8.5. McCall's Giant Golden Make It book. And this too is an oldie. Oh, did I pay $4 for this? Maybe I did. Great. End papers. This is 1953. So these could be fussy cut or whatever. And of course, there are lots of ideas. You know, I love indexes. Lots of ideas for crafts, lots of opportunity to fussy cut. I'm surprised. Now, I think I read the introduction. So these projects range from, you know, simple to kind of teen, like, you know, learning to knit and so on. But I just thought it was jam-packed with wonderful pages to use. And it's got, you know, over 150 pages. So this was a beautiful book. Norman Rockwell's counting book. Now, I guess they would have, you know, obviously collaborated with him. Sewn in signatures. It's a big one. 12 by 9, roughly. They would have collaborated with him to use or isolate probably parts of his paintings into this. So my grandson and I worked through the book. So 19 bells. So we found the 19 bells. We found the 18 Boy Scouts, and on and on. Look at this. Is this, I hope you can see the whole works. Let me just, is this not the best ever? Like, this, well, that's tearing away, but that could be a journal cover. 7 inches tall. Look at that prize effort. There are some chickens to make Carol happy. There are some cats to make the cat lovers happy. And I mean, I'm just in love with his people. he didn't necessarily pick the most beautiful people, but he picked people with faces and bodies full of character. There's Santa, poor thing. And then at the back of the book, and is this not a famous one, Dolly. At the back of the book, this is kind of bonus. So it goes up to 20, but then there are 3 pages of things with errors. So you're kind of challenged, I guess, to look at what doesn't make sense. So you'd never put a potted pothos on top of a wooden coal stove. You probably try to match your shoes better than, those. Would a kid cradle a skunk? Probably not. Anyway, now who knows when this was, but it says, so far 57 mistakes have been found in this one, 43 in this one, and 51 in this one. So, I mean, that's a good exercise even for those of us who are trying to hang on to our brain power as long as we can. She sobbed. Okay, Baby's Mother Goose. This is a golden book. It's over 12 inches, about 12 and a half by, say, 9 and a half. Got a little dust cover on it. I mean, the cellophane. This was another one of those $2 books. It's got that multi-stitching in, easy to. Now, these kids look good enough to eat. They're so darn sweet. They've got those little dimpled elbows, those little, chubby fingers, those little cute little bare toes. They've got chutzpah and panache, and look at that look. Look at that face. Say, who was the illustrator? Oh, yeah, Eloise Walcott. I mean, her stuff is recognizable. 1958. Didn't we all have a coat something like that back in the day? Probably with a matching hat. Just yummy. Sandy. We got one of these in every family, don't we? Or 2 or 3. Now, could these people, these little groups, not be fussy cut and just be adorable in anything that a person might use? Oh, I already showed you that. I guess I could take this thing, bring this pile down before it cascades. Now at the this was at that thrift store. I've never seen this brand, Talon Tapes. I don't know if this existed in Canada or not. These were 19 cents. Oh, this is heavier weight. It's like almost like a craft. Oh, and it has a date, 1970. So that is cute. And it's too bad they have to stick that sticker right smack dab in the middle. Let's hope it comes off. But that's cute. Even printed on the inside. With that little window there, would that not make a cute little, I don't know, tag, belly band, something? What brand is this? I grabbed this one, well, number 1, because it was 19 cents, but number 2, that's a good color. They're calling it dark teal. Oh, goodness, people. I realize that these are, anti-theft strategies, but really, come on. Anyway, so this is rick-rack. It looks like probably there's not very much left. How about 19 cents for about a foot of rick-rack? But this has to be worth something. There might have been another one. Oh, yes. Purple. Again, this had been opened. Not much left on this one either. Bonus. What else can I show you? Well, let's go through this. Now, so 16 feet, which is, over 5 yards, $3. So, I mean, it's nice. I should tape that up right this minute. Whoops, I didn't need that much. Let's stop the fraying in its tracks. I do have fray check, but of course that only... So I thought that was, I could live with that. This cute little gingham, whatever the heck it is, 50 cents. Thank you very much for 2 yards. Like, would this not be cute in a farm journal? Or maybe a kind of home housekeeping, home arts kind of thing. That is very... How is this done? I don't know. And I'm not going to ever do that. So to get this for 50 cents was a deal. Now this cost $1. It's obviously a lot of yardage on there. And it is a, kind of a chambray type ribbon. I'd say that's 5/8 or so. Yeah, 5/8. And for that matter, if a person didn't want the vibrancy of that, you could use this side. And it really looks shabby and, sort of well laundered or whatever. So I thought that was a steal of a deal. This was $1. Now I was just, I got home yesterday. Now, of course, these dates are immaterial to you. But anyway, I wanted to do 2 Happy Mail videos. I got yummy stuff from both Angela, the Traveling Crafter, and Carol at Crinkled Path. So I wanted to do those immediately. And then I started, look how nice this is. Now, it's fairly significant in weight and, kind of rigidity, but it's nice. Anyway, I then was spending time catching up on comments and so on. I think I'm up to date again. And Teresa was saying that she's been trying very hard to thrift lace. Now, she's in Washington State, I think Seattle area, and can never find anything. So I and that her daughter loves black. Now, I basically was telling her to watch for a video. This is nice. With this Happy Mail movement that Kim Newberg has started. Because certainly, I'm sure some lace could be jetting its way to her if she takes part in it on my channel. So that's really nice, that ecru colored one. And this is 10 feet. So again, that's over 3 yards, $1.50. I don't know, this probably doesn't show up that well on this lacy tablecloth. But, that's nice. It's over 2 or... Yeah, a little over 2 inches wide. So I think, Teresa, there are some solutions for you. Oh, here's another one. 8 feet for $1.50. So less than less than 3 yards. I bought this spool of ribbon, and again, to save time, not time, but space, I took it off its spool and just made the little, so it would fit better into a suitcase. So this is, I mean, that's typically not what you wouldn't typically get so excited over those colors, but if you want butterflies and you want sort of shabby, that would be a good choice. I think that's it for that. Okay, at that arts place, and I don't know, I don't even know if I know this brand. What is the brand here? Visible Image. These all are new. They are acrylic, or no, polymer stamps. $3, which, again, I don't know. These are made in the UK, I see. Didn't realize that. Anyway, I thought this would be a good background stamp. You know, it's got this sort of draftsman schematic type look to it. I love faces. And this also has quotes, sort of that inspirational thing. Now, the original price was $16, so, and again, unused. Here's another one with face components. So pick eyebrows, eyelashes, eyebrows, eyes, nose, and mouth. So, my goodness, I have to get back to my celebration of women journals. Those are just this close to being done. And this is another one. On a bad day, there's always lipstick. Dare to be different. I like those kinds of, you can do it, kiddo, kind of things. Lipstick, lips, XO. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. So I like here's another one. Find courage to be brave. Have faith. Stay strong. This size is smaller, and it was $2. This one I thought was really cute. For most of my adult life, I've wanted a gazebo. And this is sort of what I envisioned. I wanted one for our 25th anniversary. Did I get one? No, I didn't. Finally, when we redid our yard over the last year or two, we have a gazebo. It does not look like this, but it is. So hang in there, kids. Wishes do come true. This is an embossing folder. The selection of embossing folders was kind of disappointing. But again, it's donation based. While I was there, some woman came in asking where their yarn is. And the guy said, the minute it turns cold, the yarn just flies out the door. This is this is a tree, like an ornate tree. So this would be great for a Christmas. That's why I got that one. Okay, we're almost done. Oh, here is the brochure. Isn't it cute? For the brass armadillo. Oh, they have several locations. You see that? Is there one near you? So I bought things that I probably wouldn't see elsewhere, and I don't know what I got where. These might have been, I don't know, some of this, see, I've already forgotten. Some of this is from Hamden House, I'm pretty sure. I thought this was really sweet. When I first started collecting stuff for junk journals, I thought, one of the first things I'll do will be a tea time journal. Look at this. This is a place card. It's got this metal doohickey here. Is that, okay, pretend this was pretend this was the table. Is that not the cutest thing ever? This was, again, some of these booths had sales at the one place. Dixon's graphite lubricants for motor cars, trucks, buses, and tractors. This I thought was lovely because of the paper color. We have a date on it though. No idea. And then this is just a scratch pad. Oh, a prescription pad? I didn't realize that. So it's perforated. Okay, so what do we have here? This is a dough for... So I thought this was very cute, and I'm sure that this could probably be scanned because it's old. And then this part would have detached as a prescription, I guess, to get some of that, or I don't know, maybe a promotional thing. Oh, yeah, this would have been a promotional thing probably that a drug rep would have given to doctors. They can use this part, but this is where the advertising came in. So I thought that was cool, and it's sort of a grayish color. This is a vintage card that I thought was pretty cute. Doesn't hurt that it's sort of in my colors. If I could get it out of here, I'd show you. Again, no idea of the date. This is a postcard. I thought that was kind of cute. We don't know a date here. This is a Christmas one, personalized with these people's names. Crooked, by the way. I don't know. I thought that was pretty sweet. And that, look, this kid's report card. Grade 7, Wyoming. 69-70 was the school year. Maybe I could tear it while I'm trying to get into it. Oh, this kid was fairly smart. Oh, a C- in English. Oh, are these absences? Yeah, the dad, well, and mom too, signed to say that they saw this. Oh, look at that. She made it into grade 8. Woohoo! Yay, Penny. Six-week periods, I guess. Conduct. Oh, she was a kind of a polite, I guess, and well-behaved kid. This is satisfactory. Anyway, I really don't have that other than one of my husband's early ones. And he doesn't know that I have it. Don't breathe a word. He was one of those kids where the teacher would write things like, Roy could put in a little more effort. I don't really remember this, but my son married a classmate of his. So she knows all the dirt from school of them being classmates. And she claims that he didn't do a minute of homework. And yet, you know, just kind of sailed through. So I think there may be a bit of something going on there. So maybe that passed from father to son. I thought this was cute. Oh, this sleeve here had all of this stuff in it, and it was unpriced. So I say to the lady, cashier, what will you charge me for this? And she says, geez, I don't know, is there anything else like that there? And in that particular booth, there was a lot of just book page. I'm thinking, boy, these, you know, that's a license to print money. If you take a an old book and then just rip out some pages and sell them for $1 or $2 per page. I don't know if anyone buys them, to be honest, but anyway, they were there. So I found something that was multi-piece, but not just plain old book pages. I said, this is the closest thing I could find. So I got all of this for $2.49. Now, that makes up for all those things that I paid too much for. This is cute. It's like a, well, it's like an art print. This is cute. Again, these are sort of cardstock weight. I don't know if that 4 means it should have been $4. This is obviously cut out of a scrapbook. You can see it's like a trapezoid. How about squaring things up, people? This is, who knows what this is? It's heavy. It was, I don't know. Maybe it was pasted down to like chipboard. This is cute because of the diamond shape. This has a $4 price tag on it. And of course, this was sealed, so I didn't know all this. This is kind of lovely. Copyright 1927. $5 on this. This is not that attractive. What the heck? It's so faint I can barely see it. $10. OMG. It must be quite old, but it's not that good, to be honest. This, which is cute. Merry Christmas. $7.50. Carol, look who just hatched. This also came out of a scrapbook, and it's $2. This scary looking kid with a doll, $4. Again, heavy. This is a little Asian girl, $1. And then this is cute. Omar Khayyam. I don't know, was that something we learned in school? Because you see, I love you. Oh, $5. That, my lovely, I see this too. I paid 49 cents for this brand new box of book plates, which is very lovely. How many are there? 30 of them. And I see another batch of lace. Oh, you're not going to see that on there. Or there. So this is cool. What was it? 8 feet, $3. So that's essentially almost $1 a yard. A little over $1 a yard. Anyway, now that concludes my haul. So, yeah, deals, some of these things were awesome. Others were more. But all in all, I'm happy with what I bought. And I'm a bit encouraged that I can stuff a suitcase a little more, 15 pounds more next time. So thank you so much for joining me. If you haven't seen the video with the hashtag Happy Mail Movement, please check it out. I think it's an affordable way for us. I'm limiting mine to Canada and the US. An affordable way for us to send a few little goodies to each other without breaking the bank. And it's, I hope you decide to take part, is all I'm saying. Okay, guys, thank you, and we will see you in the next one. Bye.